करिए तो गुड मॉर्निंग टू ऑल. टुडे I shall discuss what is definite integration. What do you mean by definite integration? We know that indefinite integration is the collection of all primitive of a function, or that is known as the word antiderivative. But today I shall discuss about the definite integration. What do you mean by the definite integration? Definite integration is the process of summation. Definite integration is the process of summation. That is definite integration. But indefinite integration is the collection of all antiderivative or primitive of a function. That is the difference between the definite or indefinite. Let fx be a continuous function. Let fx be a continuous function in closed interval AB. Let fx be a continuous function in the closed interval AB. Let us divide the interval. Let us divide the interval AB into n subintervals. Let us divide the interval AB into n subintervals of length h1, h2 hr at the points x0, x1, x2 xn minus 1 such that a equals to x0 less than x1 less than x2 less than x3 less than less than xn equals to b. Means we divide the subintervals into n subintervals of length h1, h2, hn by the points x0, x1, x up to xn minus 1 such that a equals to x0, b equals to xn, but the length between x0 to x1, x1 to x2, like suppose this is the function, this is a and this is b and this is y is equal to fx. We divide this, it is x0 and it is xn, x1, x2, x3 xn minus 1 xn. We divide these subintervals as n subintervals of length h1. The length of this interval is h1, this is h2, like that. Let fx be a continuous function in closed interval AB. Divide the interval into n subinterval of length h1, h2 hn by the points x0, x1 up to xn minus 1 such that, like that. Let Vr belongs to closed interval. Let Vr belongs to xr minus 1 xr. That means V1 is a point in between x0 to x1, x1 to x2, x2 to x3, like that. Now define a sum. S as h1 f of v1 plus h2 f of v2 plus hn f of vn. Define a sum S as h1 f of v1 plus h2 f of v2. h1 is the length of the interval. v1 is a point in between the interval. Where v1 is a point in between x0 x1, v2 is a point between x1 and x2, like that. Then we define a sum S as h1 f of v1 plus h2 f of v2 plus hn into f of vn. If the limit of s exists, if the limit of this sum, that is h1 f of v1 plus h2 f of v2 plus hn f of vn, if the limit of sum s exists as n tends to infinity and maximum of hr tends to 0, the length of the subinterval tends to 0, then the sum is known as definite integration from A to B. That is integration from A to B fx dx equals to limit n tends to infinity h1 f of v1 plus hn f of vn. This sum is known as the definite integration from A to B fx dx, where A is called the lower limit of the integration and B is the upper limit of the integration. So definite integration is the process of summation and indefinite integration is the collection of primitive, and its value is always a constant, but in indefinite integration it is a variable. If we divide the subintervals of equal length, if we divide the subintervals of equal length with h is equal to b minus a by n, and xr is equal to x0 plus rh, r is equal to 0, 1, 2 up to n, then integration from A to B fx dx becomes, here we take these subintervals of length h1, h2, they may be different, may be equal, but we now take, in convenient, we take the subintervals of equal length, means the gap between x0, x1, x2, x3 are equal of length h, and where h equals to b minus a by n, then this definite integration becomes A to B fx dx equals to limit n tends to infinity h into limit n tends to infinity h into f of a plus f of a plus h plus dot dot f of a plus n minus 1 into h, that is equal to limit n tends to infinity b minus a by n. Instead of h we may write b minus a by n into f of a plus f of a plus h plus dot dot f of a plus n minus 1 into h. That is the formula to find the definite integration by definition or using the limit as the sum. If the question will come find the integration as the limit of sum, then we have to use this formula to evaluate the definite integration. That is a to b fx dx equals to limit n tends to infinity b minus a by n into f of a plus f of a plus h plus dot dot f of a plus n minus 1 into h. That is the definition of the definite integration, or that is the meaning of the definite integration. That is, in other words, we say that a to b fx dx equals to the area, total area between the curve and x-axis, included from x is equal to x to x is equal to b. That is known as the meaning of the definite integration, or we can say in other words, definite integration is the process of summation, and we can evaluate by using this formula as a to b fx dx equals to limit n tends to infinity b minus a by n into f of a plus f of a plus h plus dot dot f of a plus n minus n h. For example, that is your article number 9I. If the question will come to find the definite integration as the limit of sum, then you have to evaluate by using this formula. Otherwise, in other way we can evaluate 0 to 1 x dx. We have to evaluate this definite integration as the definition or by the limit as the sum. Here a equals to 0, b equals to 1, f of x equals to x. That is a equals to 0, b equals to 1 and f of x equals to x. Now h equals to b minus a by n, that is 1 minus 0 by n, or that is 1 by n. This is h. Now 0 to 1 x dx will be limit n tends to infinity h into f of a plus f of a plus h plus dot dot f of a plus n minus 1 into h. This is the formula to evaluate the definite integration as the limit of the sum. Now limit n tends to infinity, h means 1 by n, f of x here x, f of a means f of 0 equals to 0, plus f of a plus h means 0 plus h, f of h is h, then 2h plus dot 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 n minus 1 into h, because a is 0. Now limit n tends to infinity 1 by n, here h 2h up to n minus 1h, taking common h it is 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to dot dot n minus 1. Taking h common, we have 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to n minus 1. Here limit n tends to infinity 1 by n into h means 1 by n. The formula for 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to n minus 1 is n into n minus 1 n into n minus 1 by 2. That is the formula 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus up to dot dot n equals to n into n plus 1 by 2. By using this formula, we have 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to n minus 1 is n into n minus 1 by 2. We have to evaluate this formula. Limit n tends to infinity. Taking n common from numerator n, here also n square 1 by n square into 1 minus 1 by n by 2. Cancelling n square, we have 1 by 2 because 1 by infinity is 0. So the value of the integral is 1 by 2. That is the definite integration, value of the definite integration by using the definition or by limit as the sum. That is your article number 9I. 9I. You can evaluate the definite integration in this way. If question will come by using the limit as sum, then you have to evaluate the definite integration in this process. Its value is 0 to 1 x dx. If we also we can verify whether it is right or wrong. The integration of x dx is known as s square by 2 and 0 1 that is equal to 1 by 2. So here it is also 1 by 2. But this process is known as the limit of the sum. Limit of the sum, and that is known as definite integration, or definite integration is known as the limit of the sum.